Now, right now, we have 3 testing centers. 3 testing centers. One center in Accra, Noguchi Memorial Institute. I'm told that we have another center in Kolebu. So 2 centers in Accra. And then the KCCI in Kumasi. It is not enough. It is not enough. If we are serious, we should begin to think about how to establish other centers for testing. We should have many centers for testing. Because it may well be that the number of infected cases we have, 378 or thereabout, we have that number because we are not testing enough. If we were testing enough, perhaps the number could be higher. And the only way for us to assure ourselves that we are doing something serious, we are getting the scientific basis for policy and so on, is to test and test and test. Mass random testing as recommended by the Ghana Medical Association. Yes, we don't have the capacity to do that, but we should be doing that. We should be building that capacity. It's essential to do that. So you test, and if you're going to test a lot more, you need a lot more testing centers. Sena, yesterday, I said something which I'm going to repeat again. We are sitting here importing 50,000 test kits. They are not coming, and we are waiting, and so on. Master, test kits. Test kits. Master Sena, test kits. Look at the sophisticated things other people are doing around the world. Nigeria, our neighbor, West African neighbor, Nigeria, has sent a satellite into space. Nigeria has sent a satellite into space. And we are sitting here importing test kits which are never coming, which are not coming, praying for ventilators and so on. And this is a country with very skilled scientists. Professor Konotey Ahulu, the world-renowned expert on sickle cell anemia, is from here. Professor Allotey, one of the world's best mathematicians, is from here. Should I continue? Should I continue? All these big brains, they're all here. We have the Kwame Nkrumah University for Science and Technology. Now we have many technical universities and so on. My goodness. Call the scientists, bring them together, bring the technologies together, and tell them, look, we face extinction as a people. We have imported 10 test kits. Here they are. Take them, replicate them, copy them. Master, is that not the way to go? Copy them. What does it take? What brain power does it take to produce a test kit? Why have we surrendered our faith to exporters of test kits? I am sure that if we brought our scientists, our technologists and so on together and gave them test kits to copy, they would do it with excellence. Look, there are several examples in history. I don't want to mention them. Several examples in history where leaders decided that there should be some scientific technological solutions to problems. They brought their scientists together and they did it. Look, President Kim Il-sung of North Korea, they were not producing tractors. They were not producing tractors. They were importing tractors. One day, he assembled the country's scientists and so on, engineers and all, and said, look, North Korea must produce its own tractors. It was around 1979 when Cabral Bliamihia, our former ambassador to Sierra Leone, president of Ghana General Association and so on, visited the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. And he came and wrote in his column how they were able to produce tractors for the agriculture, to revolutionize the agriculture. The first tractor they produced, if you put it in first gear, it goes reverse. But gradually they overcame the problem. Now they don't import tractors. Tractors, not test kits. Let's charge our scientists. Let's put them to work. Let them copy it. And let us face the consequences. Why? India has become one of the world's largest manufacturers of drugs. How did they do it? How did India do it? How did South Korea become such a giant in the production of cars, electronics and so on? How did they do it? Even the great Soviet Union used to copy. Why? Recently, I was telling the story recently, Iran. You know now drones have become a major instrument of warfare. The Iranians captured an American drone. In 3 months, they had used reverse engineering to produce a better one. And we are sitting here waiting for imports. And this pandemic can wipe us out. Nobody should take comfort in the fact that we have only 378 cases. Some countries had 2. They are now in the tens of thousands. They started with 2. So 378 should not give anybody any comfort. We are in a very dangerous situation. And we need to do everything and anything possible to fight this pandemic. And that is why I fully agree with the president that we should take a non-partisan approach. Unfortunately, the president's words are not backed by his actions or the actions of his appointees. Look at the distribution of relief items. Look at what is happening. Don't you feel ashamed? Did you hear the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, the members, the press conference they held recently about the distribution of relief items? Did you hear them? I mean, it's amazing. Relief items too? That one too has become a partisan affair. What is this? And then they say they are giving some to faith-based organizations. And when they talk about faith-based organizations, they are talking about Christians and Muslims. Who told them that these are the only 2 faiths in Ghana? What about the Africanism mission? What about African traditional, believers? What is happening to them? So if you are an Akunedi, if you believe in Akunedi, you should die. COVID-19 should come and kill you. If you worship at Nogopo, COVID-19 should come and kill you. If you believe in Baha'i, COVID-19 should kill you. If you are an Ekanka, COVID-19 should kill you. If you are a Buddhist, COVID-19 should kill you. The 1992 Constitution insists that the state should be neutral when it comes to religion, when it comes to faith. This state is not neutral. This state is not neutral, and it is something that we need to examine. This distribution of relief items through faith-based organizations must either be properly democratized or we should change it and do it in such a way that does not show bias on the part of the state. What about atheists? What about those who don't believe in God? What should happen to them? They should die. COVID-19 should go and kill them. What kind of thinking went into this exercise? So I'm very deeply worried, about the manner in which these items are being, distributed. And I do hope that our collective effort, and I really mean our collective effort, not as MPP, not as NDC, not as PPP, not as CPP, our collective effort as Ghanaians will lead to the defeat of the pandemic. I was very surprised when I listened to the president last Thursday, because the president was speaking to the nation less than 24 hours after all media organizations had held a press conference to speak about the problems they encounter in their work and so on. And I would have thought that the tenor of the president's address will reflect the concerns of the media. Unfortunately, it didn't. Now, this whole business about who is frontline and so on, it doesn't make sense. Sena, look, we, media people, we face even greater risk in some instances than the medical personnel. we are going to the hospitals to report. Some of us are coming into contact with infected people. You understand? We are talking to the doctors and the nurses who are frontline workers, who are described as frontline workers. If they get an infection, we will also get the infection. We are in the markets. We are in the markets interacting with people and so on. Unfortunately for us, they have PPEs, we don't have PPEs. We probably don't need the same PPEs as they do, but we need some PPEs. So if it is necessary to provide PPEs for them, why not us? At least basic things like face masks, like gloves and so on. The essential things. Why can't we get them? You see, they may argue that the media is a business and so on. Where can you find PPEs to buy? It's not available on the market. So if government gets them, why can't they make some available to us? Today, who can produce a newspaper at a profitable rate in this country? Who's going to buy your newspaper for you to make a profit anyway? We are in lockdown. And yet these newspapers, radio stations, television stations, and all of them are contributing tremendously to the fight against COVID-19. And yet the state is silent on the contribution of the media. Indeed, in the 5th broadcast of the president, when he announced the lockdown, he even forgot about exempting the media. That came later as an afterthought. I don't think that the media is being treated fairly at all in this battle against COVID-19. But no matter what, whether we are being treated fairly or recognized and so on, we need to come together. We need to work together to defeat this pandemic, which is a threat to all of the human race in Ghana, in Africa, Asia, everywhere. It's a major threat to the human race, and we need to come together to defeat it.